Hi folks, and welcome to another video. I hope that this one finds you enjoying your simming or just enjoying whatever it is that you're doing at the present moment. People seem to enjoy having coffee while they consume my content. I enjoy having coffee while making the content for you. So if you're one of those coffee fiends like me, or a coffee connoisseur, a fan of the beans, well, you're very welcome at this channel. And even if you're not, you're still welcome. Folks, yes, your eyes don't deceive you. That's a 777 on your screen. I did succumb to temptation. Actually, I was a fairly early adopter of the 777. I didn't fly it for a bit. I wasn't simming, but picked it up fairly early, went for a quick flight, or a shortish flight, and it sort of in that week after it was first released. And well, I didn't enjoy it that much because this aircraft, it's a bit of a performance hog on my rig. It really tests my rig's ability and the rig's owner's patience. Yeah, really demands a lot. I think of the old CPU, and my CPU wasn't top of the line when I bought it, and it's now closer to the bottom of the line. It really does struggle, but there's been a few updates since then. I haven't really flown it that much, and I thought I'll come back, revisit this aeroplane, because after all, YouTube doesn't have anywhere near enough PMDG 777 videos, does it? Hey, what's another one? There are thousands of them, and some of them done really well, like very well. I have watched a few. I can't say I'm going to replicate the professionalism on display by others, but I will share with you a guide that a real 777 pilot put together. It's excellent. I'll share that with you. I'll try and share I should be able to share a link with his channel, and I think you can get it from his channel. Yeah, if you want to learn this aeroplane properly, strongly recommend this guy. We'll get to that a little bit later. How's this livery, folks? Isn't that gorgeous? The Hobbit, Air New Zealand, the airline of Middle Earth. I've got to tell you, I've spent a bit of time on Air New Zealand triplers over the years, including this destination, or this origin point, this being Auckland International. This is pay where scenery, folks. I think this is the who does this one? Dream Team? No. What's that? What's the name of the mob that does the pay where Auckland? I'll work it out, folks. There'll be a link in the description. Anyway, they do Wellington as well, and they do it very well. A little bit heavy on performance as well. So this, look, starting this video, let's see what our frame rate is actually. If I do this and do that, you should see the frame rate top left. So 40, 50 odd. Now if I jump inside, like so I've got a cold and dark. I've got a custom panel state thing that I found on the .to. If I can remember where I got it from, and I should, because the TO remembers where I got it from, right? I will link to that in the description as well. And I'm also running with a grey panel, grey instrument panel and grey overhead panel. It's all grey here today, folks. I am doing that just because I feel like it. That's it. I don't feel like I'm not a big fan of the Boeing brown, to be honest. I thought, why not run with the grey? And I'll try and link to that in the description as well. So much customization that we can do. We are cold and dark, so when we jump inside, we jump down to about 40 FPS. When I actually fire these screens up and get some stuff happening, start using the CPU a bit more, that frame rate will probably drop closer to 30. When it was first released, I was getting, I'll just get rid of that display, folks, I was getting 20. I was struggling to get 20, low 20s at best, and often into the teens. So I'm kind of hoping for better. It's been updated a few times, hasn't it? The PMDG 777. And another reason for doing this video today, so first of all, We desperately need more 777 content on YouTube. But the 777 is now available in the marketplace, which means it's available for Xbox users. That's a celebration, isn't it? Particularly if you're PMDG, because they're going to sell a ton of them. They've already made a shitload of money, I'm sure. They're about to make a shitload more by having it available in the marketplace. Beginning our journey in Auckland, as mentioned, let me quickly show you the flight plan where we're heading to. This is very much a Middle-earth flavoured video today. And here we are in little Navmap, folks. Basically a top to tail of the beautiful country of New Zealand. Features in a fair few of my videos, like probably every second one, doesn't it? I love the place, IRL and virtually. And I know I've got a few very kind supporters over there, and I do very much appreciate your support. You guys bring a smile to my face and give me a good chuckle. It's great to have your support on this channel. Auckland is where we begin our journey. We're going to depart runway 23 left in Auckland Land. 23, last time I checked, that'll take us out towards the southwest. Left-hand turn, we're going to fly the SID, being the lever of 1 Papa SID, and then kind of make a beeline over, head to Cook Strait, down towards Christchurch. Christchurch VOR being there. Shout out to everyone who hails from this part of the world. Lovely part of the world, Christchurch, beautiful. And then along the coast before we arrive at our destination today, being the beautiful city of Dunedin. Dunedin. I don't know if Dunedin's a beautiful city. I've never been to Dunedin IRL, but I visited virtually many times to Dunedin, as well as up the road here a little bit, a little strip called Tairi. Tairi. Did I get that close pronunciation? Tairi. I tried. Yeah. But Dunedin International Airport, fairly... Look, they're not going to see much 777 traffic IRL. I think A320s get in there. But I don't think they'd see too many 777s. We're going to give it a go, folks. We're going to travel fairly light. We don't need that much fuel. This is a sim brief flight, so to get the integration that happens with the 777 and all the performance calcs and all that shit, I have done it in sim brief, but I'm representing it here in little Navmap for your viewing pleasure. So, what this video will not contain from this point forward is a comprehensive startup process. I'm not going to record any of it. The next time you will hear from me, we will be taxiing for departure. Alright, so we are safely away from Gate 7 here at Auckland. I may have transited through Great Gate 7 once or twice in my life. And we are on our way down to the bottom of runway 23 left. Now I'm just going to leave the display in the top left for the moment, folks, mainly for to satisfy my curiosity, but if you're also interested, feel free to cast your eyes towards the top left of the screen. The frames have dropped considerably, right, once you start actually powering the aeroplane up. We're down to the 30s now. Just scraping 30. It's using a lot of VRAM, almost maxing my VRAM out. I've got 8 gigs of VRAM, they tell me, and we're getting close to maxing it out. Payware scenery and the 777 itself, yeah. So 30 FPS. If I can maintain that, I'd be relatively happy. That's about 10 FPS more than I was getting when this aeroplane was first released. So I'm guessing they've done some performance optimizations. I'm guessing, or maybe my rig's just having a good day. It is rather cold, so maybe it operates better in the cold. I'm not sure that I do, but anyway. And if you're wondering why I'm flying from the right seat, it's just because I can. Because I like to, because it's something different. Well, there's a lot of videos out there flying the 777 from the left seat. Not so many from the right, so. But mainly it's just because I bloody feel like it. That's all the reason I need. This aeroplane, if you haven't yet picked it up and you've been living under a rock and you don't know what the price of this thing is, it's a hefty purchase. It's right up there, $77, isn't it? 77.73 or something US, which is about 1,025 Australian dollars. Well, not quite, but it feels it might as well be. Cost of living pressures. Talk about biting. Jeez. But yeah, it's a fair chunk of coin. Probably the most I've ever laid down for an add-on, a simming add-on, I think. And yeah, when I got it and sort of took it for that first initial flight, the performance wasn't great. And the sounds for me aren't great. I know some people have different perspectives on the sounds. Yeah, kind of a little bit of buyer's regret, I think, but I'm going to try and get some value out of it. I'm not going to fly it particularly well or professionally. I'm not going to try and replicate real world stuff. I'm going to enjoy it as I enjoy it, fly it my way, you do you, and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, more than 100, it was 100 and something Aussie, and well, I went to the black market and tried to sell a kidney, but I thought I'd just check in with my doctor before doing so, and he politely advised me that, well, I've only got one left, so selling a kidney would jeopardise my survival situation, and he couldn't recommend it. He couldn't get on board. But you know, as I said to him, look, if this is the only way to raise enough coin to get the 777 is to sell my kidney and risk my life, then well, I don't think I want to live. I don't think I want to live without flying the 777 at least once. Here in the Sims could be my only chance. He didn't really understand, but you Simmers will. But look, if you're out there worrying about my health, don't. It's good. I do make some shit up, folks. Some of what I just said was made up. Some of it, but it is a big chunk of coin. There's no doubt about that. This is a very slow taxi at 16 knots ground speed down at the bottom of 2.3. I'll get rid of that display, although I'm kind of curious as to what happens to the FPS. We're gaining FPS once we get away from the terminal. I think that makes sense. I just don't know exactly why. If I jump outside, there she is. What does the FPS do? Go up a bit. I don't want to be an FPS counter. I'm just curious, that's all. Forgive me. It's my video. I think we're good to go. We better do some checky stuff. I think I've done the checklist, but I've just overridden everything, so just so that it stops whinging at me. Flaps 5, trims set, although I've got a trim discrepancy. I've got a different number down here in the box. I think it was suggesting a trim of 4, and then over in the performance thing it was suggesting 4.87. So I've gone somewhere in between. I don't know why it's different. Someone might know. Might be able to explain that to me. But I've gone for about 4.5. Split the difference, and I'm going to hope. We'll soon find out. Local barrow seems to be 1013. That's convenient. Seems a little bit too convenient. Anyway. So here we are, down the bottom. Runway 23 left. At Orky Land. Looks like a nice enough sort of day. Lightish breeze, straight down the strip by the looks of it. This is a big boy to taxi, isn't it? I'll just leave that FPS counter at top left just for the departure, folks. And maybe for the approach. I'll take it off during the en route portion. 2-3 left. Righto, here we go. We get some stuttering once we change views. Righto, trying to line her up. What a view that is. Nice and high in the tripler. Alright, we're just line her up a little bit. Right, hit the brakes here. Get some landing lights and all that sort. Can I control the lights here? Seems like I have to go up here. My switches don't work in this aeroplane for some reason. What else do I need to worry about? Probably seat belts and that. I think everything else looks alright. AP gen is off, that's fine. I don't have any other cautions or anything. So it's a straight out, left hand turn at Ursip. I'll just bug that out a little bit. Zoom that out, I think is the appropriate term. Flight directors, auto throttle probably needs to be armed. What else do we need to worry about? I think we're good. I think we're good. Good enough anyway. Let's hit that, which is the auto throttle-y stuff. What are we doing? Thrust ref.
Airspeed's alive.
Thank you. Oh, I didn't know you talked to me.
80 knots.
Oh, talk to me again. Thank you. The frames are holding up, eh? About 30, 32. That's good. Rotate pretty quickly.
Rotate.
Which is about here. Oh yeah, there she goes. Nice and gently does it up to about 10, 15. Oh, you just keep talking at me. Gear can come up. Thank you. Oh, it wants me at 20 degrees. It wants me at 25 degrees. Seriously? Not so sure about that. How about 15? We'll split the difference. Again. Righto, there's 200. You can probably... Can we go flaps 1? We're 3 flaps 1, aren't we? Let's hand fly it for a little bit. Probably should have gone LNAV, VNAV, like that. No, not that view, this one. Take an early turn, just because we can. I think we forgot to press those buttons before departure, didn't we? We need to get rid of those flaps, I think. We're taking an early turn, we're cutting short Ursip. Have to suspend your disbelief here, folks. I'm heading towards Levra. Trying to save the good folk at Virtual Air New Zealand a little bit of coin. Track shortening, I think the professionals call this. Still hand flying. Oh, she goes alright. Flaps are up. Yep. Gears up. Yep. 250 knots. Auto throttle doing its thing. We might head direct Levra. Can we do that? Execute. I'm going to go autopilot nav hold. What happens? Oh, Georgie. Beautiful. I set you up there for it, mate. Look at that. Lovely. We'll take an external while we can. There we go. That is such a nice livery. Great film too, The Hobbit. The whole series. Big fan of Mr. Tolkien and what old Peter Jackson did. Him and his crew. Fantastic stuff. Folks, we're safely away from Auckland en route Dunedin. Our frames are actually increasing as we climb away, which is a good thing. I'll see you en route. I'll share that guide manual thing that I spoke about earlier, and any other information that happens to come to mind in the cruise. And welcome to the cruise. We are going to go down to Dunedin this morning at flight level 380. We got up here pretty smartly, lightly loaded with gas, cruising at a leisurely 0.829 mark. We're just sort of off the coast of New Plymouth. Those of you familiar with this part of the world, beautiful New Plymouth. What am I trying to do? Take an external for you. Somewhere out there. There we go. I really like this livery. Have I said that? Maybe once or twice. Nice day here. Unzad, what's our wind doing? Not much. I just realised I'm still running with the weather preset that I ran with in a previous video. That's why there was a clue, mate. 1013 seemed a little bit too convenient because you've forgotten to turn live weather on. Let me go and turn live weather on and see if the picture out the front changes, folks. Just give me a second. And what do you know? It did change a little bit. It kind of got better, actually. The skies cleared up for a minute. The aircraft wasn't happy. You can see that it was on its way back down to flight level 380. It kind of got a bit of a zoom climb. Climbed about 1,000 feet in a split second, but anyway, we're all right. Structural integrity of the aeroplane has been maintained. We've now got some wind, so it's a southwesterly blowing this part of the world today, which is going to actually slow our journey a little bit. Not that strong. 230 at 27 knots. We're good. Not really. Well, it is. Viz has improved a little bit. Clouds are fewer with live weather enabled. The usual high level of pre-flight planning and professionalism going into this video as well, folks. I can only apologise if you've somehow stumbled and made a mistake by viewing this video and hoping that it's a professional bit of content or an actual review. It's not. It's not even a first impressions, although it probably could be. We've only flown it once before, so I guess this is the casual simmer's guide to the 777 by an extremely casual simmer. But, anyway, let me show you this guide that I've been talking about, and hopefully give you some guidance on where to find it. And here it is, conveniently titled the 777 Simulator Guide. Hey, just in case you were wondering. Now, this is a great resource if you want to learn to fly the 777 in a semi-professional way. It's been put together by a professional pilot, and it's a really useful resource. Of course, I'm not doing it justice by the way I fly, but look at the contents. 61 pages of content available for nix, free to the simming community. Very generous author. He's got a great channel as well. Level Change is the name of his channel. YouTube.com, and his tag is Level Change. And that must be his icon, is it? If I click that, it probably takes me to his site. Probably. To his YouTube channel, anyway. And Brazilian fella, from memory, is that right? Claudio Roberto Fonseca. He's a 777 and 737 type-rated pilot with over 12,000 flying hours. That's a bit of cred. That's a bit of cred. He's got a YouTube, an Instagram, and a Discord. I've got two of those things. View, share, comment, and join the conversation today. Look at all the stuff. Checklists, advanced tips, professional stuff. Lots and lots of checklists by the looks of it, folks, on how to fly this aeroplane. There you go. The Boeing 777 Simulator Guide, put together by a Rigididge real-world 777 pilot. I'll link to his channel in the description of this video, and I think there was a link to this guide over there. Now that's a vista, high above the Southern Alps of the South Island of New Zealand at this time, folks. Everything going pretty well. We're not too far from Toddy. Top of descent. What do we got? 86 miles. Oh, we'll be there bloody quickly. 0051 Zulu to be precise. Our box has us forecast to have 9.4 tonnes of fuel on board by the time we get to Dunedin. So we're 221 nautical miles away. We're going to be flying an RNAV to runway 03. So we're going to kind of head down towards the south of the field. It takes us a fair way to the southwest of the field, and then we chuck a Yui back onto runway 03 at Dunedin. Yeah, so we're kind of going out of our way a little bit, but that's what SimBrief suggests that we should do, considering the prevailing winds. And who am I to argue with Mr. SimBrief? That's what we're going to do. So top of descent approacheth. During the cruise here, as Georgie's been doing a stellar job taking us southbound, sort of been catching up on a few things, a bit of sim news and stuff. But I kind of, a couple of discussions in different ways have me kind of reflecting on the cost of this add-on. I mentioned it towards the start of the video, 77, 73 or something. I don't know what it is in the marketplace. My guess is it's the same, but I can't check that right now, but you can by firing up your simulator. Which in the cross rates, yeah, north of 100 Aussie, and that's a big chunk of change. It's all relative, I suppose, but for me that's a big chunk of change to spend. And it got me thinking about, is it worth it for me? And this is a question that, only you can answer for yourself. I try and look at things in terms of value. So far it has not been worth it in terms of value for me. I haven't got the value out of this purchase so far, because I've only flown it once. And now you're seeing the second time here in this video. I will fly it more, partly because it cost me so bloody much. And I want to get some value out of it, and there's a lot more to this aeroplane to enjoy and to appreciate. So I will fly it more. So the value proposition gets better over time for me, and that there's been a few updates, so they're obviously going to keep improving the aeroplane, and they're bringing some stuff. PMDG this is bringing some stuff from the 777 into the 737, and I have their 736 and enjoyed flying that. Got no association with PMDG here, folks, by the way. I'm not a fanboy, I'm not on the payroll. I'm just an enjoyer of product. So the value proposition will improve over time, but so far, not really. I guess if you're in the market for a 777, you don't have a lot of choice in this sim. Or really in any sim, right? Putting X-Plane aside, and there's a new 777 available over there, but in this sim, you've got this one at the top end of the price range, and then you've got the Captain Sim one for what, 20 or 30 bucks, and probably goes on sale for 10 at times, does it? I don't know. Very different in terms of quality. I mean, totally different planet from what I've seen. I don't have first-hand experience with Captain Sim, but I guess if you love your 777s, you won't balk at the $77. But it's a lot of money, isn't it? It is a lot of money. And well, you have a choice. You vote with your wallet. PMDG are going to make an absolute mozza by having this in the marketplace. An aircraft of this quality in the marketplace, therefore available for Xbox users. I mean, it stands far and above the other version from the other developer. So this is it. But I don't know about you, but I'm going to have to put some serious hours on this thing, I think, to get more value. But I look forward to doing that. I do look forward to doing that. I don't think I'll do too many videos here on the channel, though. Yeah, so many other channels out there, folks, for you to visit if you want to, particularly if you want to get the professional perspective on this one. And there's a couple of you in sort of recent times which have mentioned, or some of you have already created your own channels, which is fantastic. And I'm glad to play a very minor role. I'm just noticing on the ND, the TD is bobbing. We've got a bobbing Toddy. I might have to put that in the thumbnail, folks, for this video. Bobbing Toddy. No one will have a damn clue what that means until you get to this point of the video. And most of you will not be hearing these words, because most videos on this channel get about 3 minutes worth of viewing. That's the average viewing time. For those of you that are with me for longer than that, or throughout the entire video, I dips me lid to you and say a very hearty thank you. I'll next see you for the concluding stages that RNAV approach down onto 0 3, and we'll see if we can get this thing on the ground and stopped before the end of the runway in Dunedin. As Georgie makes the turn, we're on descent down through about 140, something like that. The city of Dunedin over here on our left-hand side, folks. The field's down here. We've got a head kind of way down in this direction, and then chuck a Yui to land back on runway 03. Good news is the wind is pretty much straight down the strip. It's light, but any breeze helps. Let's get us slowed down. I have chosen auto brakes 3, and I'll try and, well, I'll use the auto throttle. I think that's what you're supposed to do. Let auto throttle handle things all the way down. I've got a relatively low VREF, which is in its index approach. The birds are starting to warm up, folks. They're getting nervous. 137 is our VREF. It's going to be flaps 30, 1900 metres. That should be enough for us. We'll be right. We'll see you closer to the ground. Alright, concluding stages, folks. We are getting down and we are slowing down. It's going to be a flaps 30 landing. Looks like we're on the glide slope. Auto throttle is engaged and we'll stay that way all the way to touchdown. Feels really heavy in roll. I'm guessing that's as designed. It is a big aeroplane, of course. Pegged our speed and we'll go flaps 30 at this point. 2 whites, 2 reds by the looks of it. Our wind is straight down the strip, which is very nice. Auto brake is set for 3. All that's left to do is get us on the ground, not get too high here. Thanks, Georgie. No auto land comes up as enunciation. Well, I don't want to do an auto land. That's exactly what I want to see. Oh, shut up. We're good for terrain. Where's the terrain issue? We're good. Slightly above the glide by the looks of it. Oh, that's going to really annoy me. Caution, caution. Take off. Talk. Stop talking. Oh, it's going to follow me all the way down. Why? I'm good. I really don't need that. Maybe I should have disabled that earlier. I'm not sure. Runway 3, Dunedin, folks. I've got no altitude call-outs.
20.
Now I do. Right on cue. Alright, can we get it on? We need to get it on earlier than that. There we go, folks. So I'm going to go straight into reverse. Geez, I hope those auto brakes work. That was a very late landing, very long landing. Manual braking. Can we stop before the end of the strip? Riding those brakes hard. Our brake temps are going to be through the roof. Oh, we're going to pull up. Oh, we're going to pull up. Yes! There we go. Now we're going to moonwalk it a little bit. Hey, folks, how to do it. The 777 was known to do this, wasn't it? Well, the 727 was known to do this. Now we're doing it in the 777. Folks, what a way to end the video, hey? Pretty typical for this channel. We'll go all the way back.